About what it could mean for them. Bill Snapp, he's CEO of Solar Flex Technologies. Thank you, Bill, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Very good to see you here.
Nice to see you.
This is really going to impact small businesses. You're a small business owner, and your job is to provide solar panels to military bases so they can become greener, more energy efficient.
Right.
If we don't see a deal out of Washington, what does this mean for your business, for you?
Well, it's important. The budgets for my business have already been allocated, but in the long term, and the long term is defined as 6 months or longer, that could be put in jeopardy. And quite frankly, what's happening right now in small business is there's fewer opportunities, and there's a spike in people who are going after those opportunities, and so it's tough out there. It is difficult right now.
Is it tough to get a loan? Is it tough to actually make sure that you are meeting your needs, your clients' needs?
You got it. It's I think what we're seeing nationwide, what small businesses and their banking counterparts are seeing is that there is a withdrawal in the liquidity of the system. And so what that means for the guy on the street, for small businesses like mine, is that it's not only tougher to get a loan, but banks are often calling loans quicker. And for private investment, I mean, small businesses use a lot of angel investing and private sources of capital.
Sure.
That's also difficult because they're putting their money on the sideline.
And you could take another hit, because I understand you deal with military bases, and we are going to see significant cuts on defense, on the side of defense.
That's right. There is a mandate right now that's been in place for a couple of years that the military, by 2025, the 4 branches of the military will have 25% renewable energy. And for my business, where we've put large-scale solar arrays up at military bases, and also with private businesses, for the military, that's very difficult, because if they have those cuts, then we're going to see our incremental business shrink. And that's hard for me, because I'm trying to plan a budget for hiring personnel.
And Bill, explain this to us, because a lot of people have been talking about if the U.S. credit rating is downgraded and it's more expensive to take out money, what does that mean for you?
Well, I think what happens if the credit rating is downgraded, when I go out and get a piece of business, and I contractually lock up a piece of business, I have to buy inventory, and the inventory is extremely expensive. So I need to go to a bank or a lending institution or somebody who will loan that gap money for me in order to do what I need to do. What happens is if the U.S. credit rating gets downgraded, the U.S. commercial banks are sitting on $1 trillion of treasuries. And so the government will tell those banks that they need to carve more cash aside,
right,
which means they can't loan that money out. And that has a direct impact on small business on Main Street. And I take a hit.
All right. Bill, we hope that doesn't happen. Please come back with us next week when we hit that deadline. We find out what's going to happen, because there's a whole bunch of uncertainty now. Nobody really knows, but we hope that you're not impacted. But it could definitely be a real difficulty for you and a lot of other folks. So
thank you very much.
Next week, we expect you back here in the newsroom.
All right.
Thank you. Well, dramatic scenes in